Hello, everybody, and welcome to Dark Lore. It's been a bit since we were on. I hope everyone remembers where we left off. I think we do. I'm Jeremy Hochhalter, host of the station. However, I'm not DMing today. That would be John, who is stepping away from the camera today, but is still there in spirit and voice. So, John, take it away.
Dark lore.
Dark Lore.
So much dark lore. So where we last left off, our intrepid adventurers. Well, we'll go, I guess, before that, we'll start at the very beginning, because the beginning is a good place to start. So you died, and then were brought back, even though that's very expensive, and were sent to what you started, chasing down an undead illithid and one necromancer named Simon Tyver, using a magical teleportation circle that you uncovered at the very spot where you died the second time. You transported yourself to a very strange place, deep underground, where you witnessed many strange things and freaky things happened. And before you knew it, a fight broke out between you guys and some Githyanki, and an undead-looking illithid. It looks like you've killed most of his companions. One still remains with him behind a wall of force, and he stares you down with quivering undead tentacles and large, bulbous, unblinking eyes. Okay, and then we start.
And I'm pretty sure when you say staring you down, it was staring Tina down.
Let me see here. Let me look at the map and make sure. I mean, he's psychic and stuff. It's Tina. Yeah, he's staring Tina down.
I mean, he may know we're there, but I have no idea he's there.
Yeah, he's like, blah, 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 with his like weird tentacles. They're kind of writhing around, in weird tentacly ways. He hasn't done anything. He's just kind of looking at you with kind of part illithid, resting bitch face, because they always kind of look really angry and mad, and part like I'm undead, so I really have a hard time making expressions kind of face. Botox would do probably not a whole lot for this guy.
You need a lot of Botox.
It's kind of the same thing as rigor mortis, really. So he just kind of stares you down there, Tina, with his large, big, hateful, bulbous eyes, his tentacly face kind of twitching and curling. Seems like he's waiting for something.
Obviously an invitation for a hug.
He would love that.
Big boy.
So I'm going to glance at Tina, who's probably staring that direction, but not saying anything. Not that I can hear it anyway. And then I'm going to kick one of those guys that looks a little like me and say in my quiet voice, "Why did they attack us? What is going on?"
Wait, are you still deaf?
I am.
Okay. Just you're still deafened. All right. Just I wanted to remember that.
And I'll gesture so that you all understand that I mean them and attacking us. In case my quiet voice doesn't carry across what I need it to.
I mean, when we were at the bar originally, didn't it seem like we were getting drinks from him?
Yep. He was bartending at the time, in a different form, of course, until at some random point, he dropped his disguise and was unleashing waves of mind blasts when suddenly people burst in the door and there were fireballs and explosions. It was a whole mess. You guys died, building collapse, etc. Last thing you saw, he was in the middle of the fray, and yet here he is, and here you are.
And he never, just to clarify, he never mind blasted us, right? He was mind blasting other people, and then he gave me the stink eye, but essentially the building collapsed and killed us.
Yeah, you guys weren't his target. He wasn't that interested in you guys, but you were all there at the Battle of the Bar.
muse, I want to muse very loudly that I want
Except
a
for
gin
Ray.
and tonic. You know, wouldn't a gin and tonic be really nice right now? And glance over, side eye, full B-faced side eye.
Yeah, his I mean, if his eyes could narrow, they would, but like rigor mortis.
Got the
But
right.
he seems pretty displeased with the whole like, oh, please serve me a gin and tonic sort of thing. But in a small twist of illithid humor, he curls a tentacle and a gin and tonic appears inside his little face tentacle. And he swirls it around. There's a sound of clinking of ice. It sparkles and fizzes, very refreshingly like. There's even like a little sprig of rosemary in there because it's a classy gin and tonic.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously a lime.
Nice.
And he curls this stiff looking tentacle with the gin and tonic out towards you.
Oh, I'm absolutely gonna reach out for it and say thank you, sir.
Are you gonna
What is
approach?
this? I'm gonna approach and ask what this business is, and kind of like gesture to any people I see on the floor, um, and say it's also so dark in here, kind of like musing at the light that my light wall that's gone.
Well, as you step forward to reach for the glass, your hand meets a invisible force, something akin to a wall of force. The tentacles writhe and the glass drops and it shatters, and he looks pleased with himself. And he, in your mind, he reaches to you telepathically, and he says, "It has been a long time."
Ah, yes. I'm gonna muse out loud. Oh, he's taunting us with refreshments and this wall of force that we can't get past toward our refreshments. And then, yes, it has been a long time. I remember a brawl. I remember all kinds of things. Some things we shouldn't talk about, some things we should.
I just
Tell
imagine
me.
him summoning like a charcuterie table. There's like, he's over there just like nibbling on things while we're like stuck on this side of the wall.
Sausage, olives.
Confirm.
Great.
Tikal and Raylan can't see Tina and the illithid, right?
Can you see them?
They're not on
the
my
map?
map, so I don't know about you, Gabe.
I think there's a pillar between you.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm in
Yeah.
the center,
Okay.
it seems.
So yeah, so Raylan can't see anything of what's happening. So she's just like, what?
I am gonna like kneel down and just see what these Githyanki are carrying. Maybe there's some sign of why they just randomly attacked us for no good reason.
For no good reason. Well,
No good reason.
you can roll me an intelligence check just to kind of piece it all together. The creatures themselves are carrying. Do they have anything on them? It's my I don't know song. So yeah, of course they've got stuff on them. They've got these really super cool swords, because obviously that's kind of how that goes. Let's see here. One is a super cool silver greatsword that seems to have some weird ties to the astral plane, but unfortunately it doesn't function the same way out of the hands of one trained to use it. Perhaps with the right amount of study, you can harness its powers. The other one also has a really big sword that seems to be made of the same material, but not a great sword. It's long swords, and same thing. Looks like if were you to spend some time really studying these weapons, you'd be able to be able to harness their power. They seem to be extraplanar in origin.
Okay, that's what I'm doing while that conversation's going on. What Shakal and Raylan doing?
Okay. Oh my god, stop. Stop doing the thing. Oh. Computer's like hating me right now.
Oh.
Okay.
Whoa.
Let's see. You would
I
not
know.
have seen the other thing. So it just continues to stare you down there, Tina.
Sure.
And in your mind, he invites you to come closer.
Of course he does. He wants to dance with his fine physique. I am gonna step closer, but I'm still not gonna pass over his wall.
Well, I mean, since it's not possible to pass over the wall, at least not physically.
Well, he seems like a friendly fellow.
Yes, I am.
We're
What do you
well,
want? He asks. Why are you here?
we'd like some knowledge about a book and just some answers, some questions answered. And maybe a fine party. Well,
What about a book?
still not totally clear. I think you visited a fine fellow who was like a librarian almost. Amongst his other talents. You had some good discussions. I'd like to hear about your time there.
Why should I not finish the job that some other mages started?
Well, I mean, you could spread knowledge. You could be more of a teacher. And what does it really benefit you? Like, what do you get out of it?
I have no choice but to serve he who gave me life.
What a greedy jerk.
Yes. He is a greedy jerk. But I cannot help but be compelled to answer his demands.
Exactly is he demanding?
Indeed, he is demanding. He seeks the book. It is not in my will to give it to him. But I must seek it, for I am compelled.
So this is all in my head, right? Nobody else can hear it.
Yeah, I don't know if he actually like physically talks. Let's see here.
It'd be great if he did.
Let's
Could
see
he have
here.
a parrot that talks for him?
Well, you know what? He does have this guy, who I believe Misty Step is choosing a point outside the wall. So he'll just pop in there. Aha! So with a Banff, this model skin, gray skinned dude with weird eyes, who's clearly an alien from another world, pops out in front of you, and the undead illithid kind of slinks away and out of sight. And the Githyanki stares you down and says, "You have killed many of my brethren."
I mean, can we say that it was definitely me that killed them? I mean, or is it more of like a whole that society has killed your brethren?
You were right, living creature. This one over there, and he points accusingly, Tori, at the Githzerai. Says, "You are the reason why my brethren are dead."
Uh-oh.
Do I hear? No, I don't hear that.
You don't hear any.
Oh yeah, you're deaf. You just see this. You see this dude
What?
pointing at you. He's like, he looks mad. He's pointing, and he's making some kind of accusation.
I'm actually so I'm still behind the pillar. I can't see either of them, and I'm just like rifling through his like compatriots' corpses and belongings. So
Wait, did he step closer though?
Yeah, he's right here.
Yeah.
Do you not have dark
Yeah.
vision, there, Jeremy?
I do not have dark vision, but the light in there, I do see him now. Yep, sorry.
Yeah.
But I'm currently going through his stuff, so I will stand up and turn around and oh, hello.
Raylan literally just baseball. She just.
So I'm gonna
And-
ask him. You know, like, are you looking for more of a crew, or are you just angry and doing this other man's bidding?
It is the illithid has kind of stepped away, leaving this Githzerai to be his mouthpiece. And he says, "We serve the same master, and are compelled to do his bidding. But there is a small number of us who have collected to stand up against him when he's not looking." And then he looks back over at the fallen companions, but it seems like they are dead. And he glowers over at you there, Jeremy.
So while he's like pointing at me and everything, I'm gonna walk over and take his obviously extended hand in friendship, and just shake his hand while his lips are moving. I'm trying to figure out what he's saying, but those like he keeps turning and looking at Tina, so I can't tell. I can't read his lips, and plus I'm not really good at lip reading anyway.
While he's doing that, I'm gonna make sure to say he is a simple man. Do you need our assistance?
How would you assist us? How could you possibly assist us against the great power of Simon Tybor?
How would we? What's your plan? What do you need help with?
Let's see here. We cannot stop him, but you could, for you are not under his control. You could stop his summoning of the Book of Vile Darkness from wherever it currently lays hidden. It has been through the deaths of many Githyanki, as well as other inhabitants of this region. This ritual has been built that will rend space and time, which pulls the book to him.
So you're looking for peace in general, and this book is directly affecting your peace.
He spits peace, and he withdraws his hand, kind of like recoils as Urala, grabs his hand in friendship. And we do not seek peace.
Well, like
We
peace
seek
or
to stop.
freedom.
Freedom is different than peace.
I caught
misspoke.
freedom. Yeah, freedom. Woo!
He's speaking out loud, right, John?
Yeah, so the Githyanki has teleported out to be the mouthpiece of the illithid, who has kind of withdrawn to the shadows to watch from a safe kind of vantage point.
Okay.
Um,
Raylan then is going to step forward a little bit over here next to Urala. And when he says, freedom is different than peace, Raylan steps forward and says, I know a little about freedom.
If you can kill Simon Tybor, then we will all be free. And we can walk away in temporary agreement.
That seems like a really good understanding. And you don't know where Simon is.
Yes, he is performing the dark ritual as we speak. But there is a key. We have seen it. A device trusted only to Jorsum Boneview. A foul creature that lives only to serve Simon Tybor. Seriously, necromancy magic is really awful. We all serve Simon Tiber. You will one day serve Simon Tiber. It is inevitable. The key may be the only way to gain access to the ritual chamber, which the wizard has warded heavily against incursion.
So the door has a sock on it. I bet we can
Right.
figure this out.
You not need look much further than up the path that you have been traveling.
All right, well, I think you should show us the way. Like the way to the safe vantage point, and then we've got to come up with a plan.
I grant you the stay of my hand, as I am under obligation to do other things. The closer we approach Simon Tiber, the stronger his will is against ours.
That sounds really confusing. But yeah, could you draw us a map?
I cannot, for it is against the commands of Simon Tiber.
It's okay, not everybody can draw well. That's fine.
Could you tell us where he is? Because Raylan is thinking, I mean, she knows how to navigate. If she can just get a sense of how and where to
Yes.
go, she might be
Yes.
able to help find him.
He is in his ritual chamber, guarded by powerful magic. The darkness shall bind us all. He is to the north. And you will find him behind these barriers that he has erected to keep riffraff like yourself away from him, so that he might complete his ritual in undisturbed manner. Do not forget, the darkness shall bind us all. I hear him say it all the time. It's like a greeting as he walks into the first room. Maybe perhaps an oath or a pledge. But indeed, he says it all the time, and I'm sick of hearing it. Now I'm saying it myself.
I'd be sick of hearing it too. Raylan, after kind of commiserating with this Yankee, tries to ask him if they'd like to help, if he can help them defeat Simon Tiber, or if it goes against his influence, you know, under the will of whatever contract they're under.
I can only offer you one small piece of assistance further than all of the extensive help I have already offered to you for free. Particularly in the wake, in the gleam, the glossy gleam of my compatriots' dead eyes staring at me from across the room, and yet I help you. I will give you one last piece of advice. Don't touch anything.
Okay.
I will spit my
The
water
book
out,
has-
sorry.
The book has tainted everything around us. The darkness shall bind us all. Even
does
you
it-
cannot stand up against it.
So does it look like Tina and Raylan are on board with whatever he's been saying?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm,
Raylan's kind of
I'm
been like,
sitting and nodding.
Okay.
yeah, Raylan kind of has this like narrowed look on her face, but she's not like upset. She's just kind of like, all right, fine type of look, like, okay.
Okay, so I'm going to lean in and whisper, so we're going to go get this guy's knickknacks from the seagulls, right?
And then I'm gonna kind of lean over again, and he is yet a simple man, but he is so loyal.
Simon
Yes.
Tiber compels me.
Like, why are there seagulls down here anyway? There's not even... that doesn't matter. Let's go get his knickknacks back.
God. Yes.
Raylan's gonna make sure she waves to Shakal too, like, let's go, come on.
Mm-hmm.
Shakal will follow.
Shakal just like left the other direction and hightailed it back to the summoning circle.
You guys have fun. Bye.
Like just rocking back and forth.
All right, so do you guys head back to the north, following that dark tunnel that seems to lead to your doom?
Yeah.
Mhm.
That sounds good to me.
Yeah,
I'm definitely gonna make sure I'm very polite in saying our goodbyes and say that we hope to see him in a better situation next time.
I hope our paths never cross again.
It'll be good to see you too.
So you guys march north. Unless you have anything else you want to do in this space.
No.
No.
All right, so let's go ahead and move you guys to this big, dark, scary map.
I mean, obviously he's going to take care of the friends that we had to murder to, stop from murdering us.
Oh yeah, There's definitely some mourning going on. Everyone's kind of let's see here, Arala. There we go. You guys can't see anything, can you?
No.
I'm not see. Oh, I see. Oh no, the map is all weird. Oh, that's why. I don't know.
Roll 20?
Roll 20. What
What are you
happened?
doing?
Oh no.
no.
Oh, the map is all sorts of screwed up. My dynamic lighting. My hours of dynamic lighting. No.
No.
I did see they updated something, and that was actually a couple weeks ago, but it's also been, a while since we started this, so.
Oh crap. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna make this work. I'm going to make it work. I'm just gonna go room for room. Oh god, that breaks my heart. Okay, there we go.
Simon Tybor.
Can you
Right?
see now?
Look what the Book of Vile Darkness did to Roll 20.
Turned everything to darkness.
Yeah. Oh, I just turned off all of your settings on the darkness. All right, so I'm gonna go through your character tokens real quick. Sorry about breaking game here real quick for mechanics, but Arala, do you have dark vision?
I do not.
Okay.
I
Do you
just have a light.
You have a light. It's 20
Yeah.
feet, correct?
Let me double check. It's either 20 and 20 or 15 and 15, if I am correct.
A coin or something for light?
I think I cast out on my mace when we were
Oh,
fighting.
you did. You're right.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
you did.
Mana Queen, you have
Yeah.
vision.
Yes, I do.
And you have dark vision, correct?
20,
Yes.
20.
For
And you
6.
have dark vision 60.
Yep.
And then I'm going to give you a super cool dark vision effect.
Whoa.
Like that. Whoa! All right, Tina, do you have dark vision?
I do have dark vision.
60 feet?
60 feet.
Oh my god. And you will also get a super cool color.
Pew pew.
Whoa! And Shakal, do you have dark vision?
I do not.
Oh no. Well, I'll give you vision anyway. Do you have a light on?
I don't. No, I don't think I grabbed the light.
All right, perfect. There you go.
You could share mine.
Okay, so you
John,
guys
so
can
mine
see
is-
this.
Sorry, the light spell is 20 foot of bright, 20 foot of dim, so 40 total.
Ooh. Okay, so then I will give you.
And I think you can
20
adjust
feet.
that.
I can.
Cool.
Because it's super cool. I'm right up
Right.
inside it right now. I'm all like, hey, I'm in your settings. Save. Okay, and then I need to block these little. Oh man, I had such a cool, beautiful, magical bits of dynamic lighting. It's kind of working now, but I'm still super mad. Because dynamic lighting is a pain. It is a pain to do.
It is a fantastic feature, but I completely agree. Setting up can be at least time consuming.
Yeah, and you're like, oh, that line is straight enough, and oh no. All right, so anyway, now that you can see, can you all see?
Yes.
This room?
Yeah.
Yes.
As
I
much
mean,
as
I
I
can-
can, yes.
All right. So, let's go down to the next page. So the room itself is largely devoid of features. Standing, no, dominating the center of the room, 15 feet tall, 5 feet wide, an obelisk, covered in scrawling words written in abyssal. Can anyone speak abyssal?
Let me double check.
I have infernal and primordial, but not abyssal.
I can read
Oh.
abyssal.
Yeah, no.
You can read abyssal?
I can.
Nope.
Despite being able to read abyssal, Urala, you cannot make much sense of it. It seems to ramble on about various atrocities one can commit to others and to oneself. There is no light here, except the light that you have brought. But even it begins to flicker, as if there is some foulness in the air. Nay, in the magical threads, the very fabric that makes up reality. It is dark and tainted here.
Don't forget the sock.
Don't forget the sock. Speaking of, on the right-hand side of the wall, there is a kind of an oil slick.
Ew, ectoplasm.
Yeah, that covers the side of the wall. It seems to like be feeding ever so slightly off of the light that is glowing off of Uralo's mace. There's a strange emblem carved into the wall. Urala. You may make a religion check if you would like.
Sure, why not?
It is a strange symbol that seems to be written somewhat
Holy
in
crap.
abyssal, but you're not really sure what it means. It could mean anything. It is located here.
Hang on, let me move. So my okay, yeah, I still saw the ping.
There's also a door here to the west. It appears to be closed. The whole area is silent and still and full of evil, darkness, dark lore.
Can Raylan? So there's this like oozy, gooey, whatever. She's gonna detect poison and disease
Hmm.
on that.
On the door itself, or on the ooze, or
On the ooze, because that seems just kind of like pretty in her face. So she's gonna do that.
does the spell give you kind of a broader range, or is it
There
a
we go.
single target?
I just put it right there.
Okay, because within 30 feet, yes, indeed. Yeah, it's everywhere, everywhere. Poison, poisonous creatures, diseases. Identify the kind of poisonous creature, disease in each case.
Delta variant
That's-
COVIDs.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to describe because I don't really have Book of Vile Darkness. Darkness, poison, darkness, evil, disease. These are unspeakable, ancient, horrific things that you detect. Things that have not existed in the world in quite some time, and things that you would certainly hope would not be unleashed upon the world. There appears to be a very strong sense of sickness emanating out like a radiation from the central obelisk in this room. It seems to pulsate very slowly, very rhythmically. And if you were to stop and listen to it, you could almost perceive sound emanating from it.
Like it needs a good bowl of soup. And a hug from a grandmother.
Raylan said she's next to Urala, and Urala's still deaf. She's just gonna kind of put a hand on Urala's shoulder to stop from going forward. And then to the rest of the party, she's just gonna say, he was right. Don't touch anything. It all seems quite deadly.
Yeah.
I'm gonna read out loud those words that are in Abyssal so that everyone can understand them, since I can't make any sense of it, and maybe someone else can help me figure it out.
The words on the obelisk, or the symbols on the door?
All of the stuff in Abyssal.
Does anyone speak Abyssal?
No, so I'm going to like translate out loud what those things say, since no one else can read it, and be like, I don't understand what this is. Does anyone else understand what this is?
I think you're going to be met with blank stares, as no one else understands Abyssal.
Right.
But uttering the words, you get a sickening feeling, as if the words themselves carry some unholy power.
Huh. I'll probably stop that then. Imagining the Gandalf scene where he's speaking the tongue of Mordor and then just like vomit. Oh, okay, yeah. I'll just stop.
So the door itself, is there a discernible way to open it?
On the right or on the left?
The left.
On the left. Yes, it seems to be a fairly simple door. Let's see here. There's a lot of stuff. It doesn't even say anything about the door. It is a very simple door with a very simple handle, and looks like you can just open it on up. Do you want to?
Ooze like on the handle and the door?
No, the ooze is only found on the eastern wall.
Okay.
Which also covers a door, which also has that strange symbol and a recess in the wall. On the left-hand side of the room, there is a very simple door. It does appear to be painted in blood and covered in abyssal symbols, all of which are, horrific stories about how various different people could die in various different ways.
Mm-hmm.
Being a cleric of death, I can definitely vouch for that.
Yeah, you're like, oh yeah, no, it totally sucks.
Seen that one. Did that one. Just last week we did that one. That one right there. Do you remember? Oh, never mind. And just to clarify, because it looks a little oozy, there's no ooze on the obelisk, right?
There is no ooze on the obelisk. No.
Okay.
The obelisk itself has been carved deeply with these really profane, rambling symbols that don't really seem to make a whole lot of sense in syntax, but in context with where you are and who you're dealing with, definitely would be
Seagulls?
what would greet anyone walking into his foyer.
Why would seagulls have stuff like this? I'm a little concerned about going in here and not being able to hear. Since they're just seagulls, like, do you think we should take a rest?
Well,
Raylan's not hurt, so she just kind of says, if anybody needs to rest, I can stay watch, because she's fine.
would a rest help your hearing?
I mean, I don't know, but maybe if we just like hung out for maybe an hour or so, took a short rest to see whether or not this goes away. I feel like maybe nope.
You could definitely, if you'd like to take a short rest in this room. This seems to be a very safe place.
I think outside I think outside is less profane than the and I just gesture at everything than
Yeah.
this.
We could take a short rest, just right like inside and outside the doorway.
Yeah.
You can take a short rest here at just at the door.
Yeah.
Like,
Um,
Really, she's
hell.
not going to rest. She doesn't need to. So she's just, while everybody else is like resting or doing whatever they need to, she'll kind of like stand in the in between to make sure she can like watch both directions type of.
okay.
Yeah.
So, just so I understand, Tina and Urala are going to take a 5-foot step outside of the building, while Shakal and I keep forgetting your character's name, Mana Queen.
Raylan.
Raylan. Let's see if I can change that on here because it just says, "Aha."
Yeah.
Ah.
There we go.
And I'll take
Can't
more than a
change
5-foot step out. Like, there's, like, this
Well,
was
you
a
have,
kid,
you have the tunnel that goes to the south.
right? So I'll just step out into that tunnel.
Okay.
It just won't let
how
me
far,
move any further out.
Sure, yeah. How far down the tunnel are you going to go?
15 feet.
All right. So you're going
Like,
to...
I don't want to crowd the door in case anyone comes rushing out.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah. And Tina, are you doing the same?
I'm gonna stay closer to the door, but yeah, sure.
How close to the door?
I'm still leaving it open, so like 5 to 10.
5 to 10?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's important. I need to know. 5 or 10?
Let's say 5.
5 feet. Okay, so you're standing outside the door.
Yeah.
So, an hour passes. There is nothing but stillness in the air. Perhaps besides a sickening, acrid, rotting flesh kind of smell. You feel uneasy, as if an hour didn't help you, no matter how rested you would feel after an hour. Raylan and Shakal,
Mm-hmm.
you feel as if you need to roll me a con save.
Great.
Oh,
Con save.
$18, perfect. And Shakal,
whew.
Sorry, I'm fighting a tech issue.
oh, no worries. On the outside, Tina, as you are within 5 feet of the door, I also need you to roll me a con save. Urala, while you do indeed get a short rest, I don't think a short rest gets rid of deafen, does it? Let me take a look.
It depends on how long the deafen
That's a great question because I don't remember off the top of my head.
thing.
Blah blah blah. 1 hour. Yes, you are no longer deafened.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's still going to take me a little bit to like stop shouting, but probably before we go into the next room or something, I'll be like, "Oh right, I can hear. Why am I talking so loud?"
Yep. Tina, you save, but you also don't feel as if you gained the benefits of a short rest. You don't feel rested. You feel perhaps restless, as if you are in the presence of some extreme great evil.
Hmm.
Well,
And then Shakal's going to roll like a natural 20. I was
now that I can hear, can someone explain to me why seagulls are in this profane whatever it is, and what kind of knickknacks we're looking for?
We're looking for the book, and it's about Simon Tybor.
Simon. Oh,
He keeps
the
putting his
necromancer.
knock on the door.
okay. No, that does make more sense than seagulls.
Yeah.
That fellow that we met back there really needs to learn to enunciate his words.
Yeah. He does. He does. He needs a drink.
He needs a drink. Okay, well, so Simon Tiber is in here somewhere?
Yes. So our advice was to not touch anything, but we had to get through these rooms, and I assume that there's going to be blocks in each room, like a trap, before we get to Simon.
I mean, that sigil that's on the other door, it kind of creeps me out. I can't tell what it says. It might be some kind of trap. So maybe we should check out the other stuff first? Unless any of you are very good at like finding traps, we can investigate the slimy door.
Well, I can sure try and investigate a door.
I will
I'm gonna go back in.
I will cast guidance upon you while you make your attempt, so you can roll an extra D4 and add it to your number.
Let's see here. I am gonna investigate the extra slimy door. What is that?
And then add 3 to that
3 to that.
from the
so 8.
guidance.
Okay. Well, what do I know now of the extra slimy door?
You're just investigating it?
Yeah.
Well, it is, from what you can tell, the slime itself is extraplanar in origin, from very dark recesses of the darkest pits of the darkest nightmares. It has been pulled forth to serve as a barrier between mortal living creatures passing to the east. It seems that contacting it with your physical self does not bode well. And in fact, there is some fine locking mechanisms tied together with magic and bound through this ichor that keeps this door to the east closed. Whoever is beyond that door does not want anyone going through that door.
Okay. So it's locked, and the ooze would be good on toast for only people of exceptional evilness.
Correct.
I see.
It does kind of have a strange scent of dingleberries.
Good dingleberry.
What do you do?
Did that fellow back there have any insight on how we were to pass through this?
No.
He just said don't touch anything.
Don't touch anything.
He said a couple other things.
Oh, shoot. Don't touch anything, and that he's bound to serve Simon Tybor, even though he doesn't want to.
You know, because I feel bad for having killed off Raylan shortly after meeting her or them, I am going to go ahead and cast Death Ward
Okay.
on you,
Okay.
and
That's so
apologize,
nice.
and hopefully that will keep at least one of us alive.
That's so nice.
Like, I know that we have those contingencies on us, but if you don't have to die because of something that we did, I will feel less bad.
Yeah, and those contingencies are expensive.
Very
I mean, I'm not
expensive.
worried about what the elf woman is spending on us, but she did seem a little put out.
Let's see here.
She doesn't want to have to dirty her own hands.
Braylon's gonna feel the spell kind of like watch over her, and she's gonna, oh, thanks, I guess.
Yeah, and I'll explain that to you, you know, since I do feel bad for you dying right after meeting us. Even though that nice elf woman did bring you back with us, and therefore I felt like you might have been guilted into coming down here with the seagull. I mean, Simon Tiber. You know, I just feel better if you had some kind of backup.
Thanks.
Sure.
She's still very like, I don't really know what I'm doing here, but you guys seem like you need a little bit of help.
I mean, we're not. I will definitely support that. Yes.
Yeah.
How long are you guys spending on your investigations here in the room?
Well, we need to get out of the room as fast as possible because
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
restful time in the doorway wasn't that restful. Does anybody have like mage hands to try and open
do.
things that you won't actually touch with your physical being?
Yeah, that's a good idea. I'm going to
Yeah.
then step away from this door because
Braylon was
that's
just gonna
such a
suggest
great
a really big stick, so mage hand seems like a better idea.
right? I will cast Mage Hand, which is invisible because of being against her eye, and just kind of like check the lock. Does it seem like the handle jiggles, or is it tight?
It's one of those like lever ones, like where
Yeah.
you push down, and then on the other side, like the lever lifts and it comes off the hitch or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, like lock on the other side or anything.
Nope.
Okay, I will close my eyes and push my mage hand forward. Unless it's a pull.
It's a pull.
Okay. Then after it's
Oh.
sitting there pushing on the door, I realize that, and we'll pull it open.
All right. So the room itself, looking in through the door, minus the light spilling in from Urala's spell, is dark. It appears to be a sparsely decorated, sparsely furnitured room, and there's a kind of a foul mustiness, like someone has left food in the refrigerator well past its expiration date, but it's probably still good if you just microwave it long enough.
It
It's that
kills the
kind of smell.
bacteria, right?
Kills bacteria, it's fine. As long as it's boiling in the microwave, it's probably edible.
I'm gonna step that way unless anyone stops me.
No, I'll go with you.
Okay. I'll just
Okay.
step.
Should you go
Head
in?
out that way.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. The moment your feet cross the threshold, there is a series of small blue balls that appear around the perimeter of the room. They all begin casting dim light.
Oh, I'm like, what save do I need to make?
And each of them are in the shape of like various different children's toys, like night lights. So there's like, you know, the hero of Waterdeep plush toy, and you know, like a super cute Displacer Beast plushie. They all kind of let off light. They're not really tangible themselves. It looks like these items have been ripped from the hands of children who have been tortured to death and then raised from the dead to be tortured again until they can cry no more tears. But otherwise, they're quite pleasant to look at.
Nice.
Good
And
times.
Funko Pop, if you're watching, for a small fee, we could put your D&D figure. Anyway.
Yeah. Only now for $5.99, you too can own your Funko Pop up.
Right?
Simon Tiber.
Love it.
Look how cuddly he is. I'm
right?
cuddly more when I'm dead.
I feel like he should just like ooze, like black
Hippopotamus.
gunk.
Or like
That'd
those
be
weird
awesome.
things that you squish in like the the butthole.
Oh yeah,
Sometimes
or the
you
eyes.
know?
Yeah.
Like the skunk balls? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
that was
but-
perfect.
But they don't have any effect other than light, correct? So like,
Correct.
right.
So like these weird,
They're like
kind of
doors.
morbid. Indeed, there is. There's a set of doors right here, and I'll tell you a little bit more about this room now.
Okay.
Let's see here. You see a simple bed, a small writing desk, a large worn rug, and a wardrobe.
Hmm.
Does it
I
look
feel
like?
like we're gonna
Go
we're
for it.
gonna have to rely on mage hands a lot in these rooms if we want.
Good thing it's a
She's gonna take step
cantrip.
in. She's gonna kind of step around Shakal and take a step in, and she's gonna cast find traps in the room,
Oh, nice.
Find traps.
which just popped up for you. I think it should.
Let's see here. Any trap within range, line of sight.
Nice.
So
Did
she
you
can
think
stay
about
up
this for a
to
second?
60. Yeah.
Because you know semantics. Rules is written, rules is interpreted. La la la. There are no traps within line of sight.
Okay.
It appears that he has failed to put traps in here.
I mean, I wouldn't want to put traps in my bedroom either. So
I know.
you forget about one, and then you're on fire, and it's just terrible.
Yeah, when it goes off, then it wakes you up. You're like,
Right.
oh, now I have to reset it. God, why do people keep storming in here in the middle of my sleep?
Or like your animal always catches it. Just a pain. It's just an all-around pain.
Where's the bed?
In the corner.
Like over here.
Yeah.
All right, I'm just gonna check under it.
You feel as if this would be a perfect place for a boogeyman to hide, and in fact, probably should someone sleep there, there's probably going to be a chance that you will be visited by the boogeyman.
Mm.
By the moment, no monsters under the bed.
Okay. Whew, that was what I was looking for.
All right.
Are there any like
Uh,
dirty magazines like Necromancer Weekly or?
No, it seems that Simon Tyber doesn't have a whole lot of time to spend in this room.
okay.
It is very sparsely populated with furniture. There's just the bed, the rug, a desk, and a wardrobe, and then the doors to the north. Oh, and those glowing children's toys.
Is the door, does it look like a normal door that you would open?
Yep.
Okay. Well, what do you think? Should we head through the door or should we check the desk?
Raylan's gonna check the desk, wherever that is.
All right. Desk is against the western wall, and
I'm gonna kind of come up here and do the thing.
on all the pages that have been like neatly stacked, like almost like obsessively neatly stacked, are pages and pages and pages and pages and pages of something written over and over and over again in abyssal, in blood.
Okay, she's gonna pick them up and like turn to like hand them to Urala. Be like, can you read these?
I will take them. Can I read them?
Yeah.
What?
It says,
No.
"The darkness shall bind us all. The darkness shall bind us all. The darkness shall bind us all," etc. Forever.
Okay, I'll read that out loud to everyone since they can't read it. Is there any like break in it? Is there any point that it's like
Like
Oh,
it's a
and pick up
haiku or...
eggs while I'm at the store, or yeah, like
No, I mean it seems to be like 100 pages of just the darkness shall bind us all.
okay. That's a lot of blood.
Yeah.
It is.
I'm gonna set them back on the desk. Little crypto.
But you read it to them?
I did.
Okay.
Sorry. I apologize in advance, everyone.
Just
My
making
ears, they've been accosted.
I thought you said that, but I wasn't sure if you did actually say it. All right. Now then. Now what shall you do?
Let's get that mage hand and open this other door.
right.
Yeah.
I'll float my mage hand over there and check the door handle, whatever kind it is.
Another one of those like super cool lever handles. He really likes these like old world lever handles a great deal. It's made from raw iron. Only it's probably like cold iron that was used to slay or slaughter all sorts of very cute pixies. You can almost hear them laughing, almost hear them dancing, and the moment upon which their dancing and laughter was snuffed out of existence, it opens up into a hallway.
All right. I'm gonna step in that hallway.
There's another door.
There's another door. Hey, can we
Indeed.
get that mage hand over here again? I want to touch this business.
Anything different about that door, or is it the same?
Same. Although this door, hold on, just to make sure, this door spells your doom, I think. Da, 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 da. This door appears to be the same as all the other doors, right, that you've encountered so far. Mine is the one covered in like ethereal ooze.
Okay.
This door looks like it has weathered time beyond time, as if it's like event horizon sort of door. Not quite bleeding out its like demon eyeballs, not quite fully disintegrated, but definitely twisted and not from this plane. Something tainted with evil. The handle itself looks like it has been exposed to thousands of years of weathering.
So I will explain that I saw that Event Horizon play one like done in Waterdeep once. It was terrifying, and that's the feel I get off of this door.
So the question is, I mean, there's no sock on it, so we should open it.
I mean, I don't see much option otherwise. Why don't you come out of there and I'll open it from back in this room, just in case.
Okay.
And
So you open it from back in that room?
Yeah, so after she steps out, I'll have the mage hand see if it can open the door.
All right. Well, your light and people's dark vision spills into this chamber. Inside this circular chamber is a library. Bookshelves make up the entirety of the walls. Books are crammed into every available space. There's an overstuffed red leather reading chair near the wall. You can see it just on the outskirts of your vision, with a small side table next to it. There is a plate on the table. You can't really see what's on the plate from where you are, but you do see quite clearly in the center of the room a pristine wooden podium, a purple cloth covering the top as though waiting to be wrapped over a book that is not there yet. There is no light there except that which you have brought with you.
When you say plate, do you mean like dinner plate, or do you mean like placard?
Like a ceramic plate.
Oh, okay. So just like a decorative plate.
Yeah, well, I mean, it looks like there's something on there, but you need to get a little closer to determine what is actually on the plate.
Once, I can see that, I'm like,
Fruit,
it's
like
just a
fruit.
library. Books never hurt anyone. Come on.
Let's see here. Your vision there, Rala and Tina. Now you can see another set of doors here to the right. Here is your podium here in the center. The chair and the plate are over here. And the room is just surrounded by books. As you walk into the room, Tina and Arala, you begin to feel uneasy. You can smell something rotting. And it has been rotting for quite some time.
Probably left his dirty
Heebie-jeebies.
laundry in here. Heebie-jeebies.
Heebie-jeebies. Smells like a 10-year-old boy's soccer bedroom or
Right.
something. I don't know.
Way worse than that.
Ugh.
It's like
Need some
1,500 locker rooms all at once.
Ew. Ew. I
Yeah.
want to investigate the dish and the things that are over there. I'd like to
Okay.
investigate that.
Let's see here. 9. You would identify the contents on the dish as probably some kind of focaccia crumbs and maybe grape stems.
Ah, his charcuterie. Sure.
Right?
I get it. It's delicious.
There's
It
also
is also going to start into
thin strips of cured meat, like remnants. What is most interesting about them is there seems to be also, I don't know, ink on them, as if perhaps it's cured, tattooed flesh.
Gross.
Uh,
delicious.
while any investigation is going on by the others, I'm just going to remain on defense and looking around because I'm feeling uneasy in that smell, and I don't want like an animated pile of gym clothes to attack anyone or something. So
I was just in a dungeon elsewhere where animated clothes were involved, so smart.
that's awesome.
Very smart.
All right. So what are you doing? Just feeling uneasy and looking around?
Yeah, I'm on the defensive to warn anyone in case I see something. So I'm just like paranoid, watching for something to be moving and besides us, so I can.
Sure. Yeah. There's the central podium with the purple cloth. There's the table with the plate and the chair, and then
But none of
everything
those
else.
are moving, right?
Nope.
Okay.
Everything else is just hordes upon hordes upon hordes upon hordes of books crammed into every imaginable space, lining the walls.
Okay, so they're not like stacked on the floor,
Hoarding is a disease.
right?
You know that.
Yeah, it's the disease of evil,
Of vileness.
of darkness. Yeah. Blah. Yes, you see doors here to the right, but everything else, that's all you see. Pedestal, chair, table, plate, books.
Okay.
And you all feel uneasy, except for Shakal, who is very wisely staying out of the room.
There's another doorway.
Yes, to the right.
Investigate that doorway.
It also appears to have been exposed to a huge amount of time and abuse. Unlike all the other doors you've encountered so far, it's almost as if these doors were built to contain something.
Can Raylan investigate some of the books to see if any of them might have any indication of like how to navigate where they are and
Of course.
things like that? Okay.
Roll me an investigation.
Dirty 20.
Perfect. So the library is full of books. I mean, it's just loaded with books. You can see that there is a pretty heavy emphasis on necromancy here. Although there do appear to be sections that have been reserved for a few other lesser magics, and in fact, they're actually labeled as the lesser magics, enchantment and transmutation, etc. And there's a section on world politics. There's a section that has a label over the books, the dumb gods and their dumb servants. And then there's a section that also talks about world history, or a small collection of world history. And then there's like a little live, laugh, love kind of sign next to it, but it's like history is doomed to repeat itself, and then it goes ... good.
Amazing.
He kind of seems fun.
Simon Tiber is quite the laugh. He likes those sorts of kitschy wall hangings.
He's a Home Goods fan of evil.
He is. He shops at Pier 1 of evil. Yeah. He drinks pumpkin spice lattes.
Please say he wears Ugg boots.
There are a few books that seem to be bound in like a purple satin, like a satiny material. Maybe human skin. You're not really sure, but you would be pretty certain that the ink wasn't painted on to the surface of the books. Seems like it's been like tattooed onto the surface of the books, but man, do they feel nice. Were you to touch them, of course. But they do appear to be the same purple color as that podium with the purple cloth.
Okay.
As if they go on the podium.
Yeah, Randall's kind of along the same lines of thought there. So she's going to point out the similarities to everybody else. I don't know where the books are, but I'm assuming she's probably a little further in the room at this point than just by the door. So she's gonna point out the similarities to everybody else and kind of say, what do we think about maybe taking these out and examining the similarities between the two? She doesn't exactly want to say put one on the podium, but she's thinking.
Yeah. How could this go wrong, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it does look
Right.
like it's waiting, as if it's waiting to be wrapped over a book that is not there yet.
I mean, we have to figure out how to get into that room, so perhaps one of these has a clue?
I mean, there are doors to
Taking
the
those
right.
books off. Just
Okay. I'll offer to carry them for you.
yeah.
You said there was a reading chair with like a little table?
Yep, right here next to Tina.
I'll just set the stack down on the reading table.
Okay. You can see some cured tattooed meat and grape stems and crumbs of some kind of undead focaccia. And you just hang out and read them, or are you just stacking them on the reading table?
I was carrying them down for whoever was going to read them, but if help is needed to read them, like if they are in Abyssal, for example, then I will
It
absolutely
would
help.
pretty much all be in Abyssal. Because it appears as though
Ew.
that's a common theme here.
As much as I want to plop down in that chair because it looks a little comfy, I am feeling a little nervous in here. I feel like I want to be able to jump into action. So I'm going to stand next to the chair. Whoever wants to can sit down, and I'll like flip through the books and out loud say, okay, this one is about, I'm not going to like translate them, but I'll be like, okay, this one is about whatever they're about. I'm assuming gardening.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe some baking.
Gardening, like how
recipes.
to compost your human sacrifices, how to get that extra boost of use of your undead thralls, how to hurt your thralls' feelings even though they're undead and don't have feelings. How to exact revenge against souls that you already have total control over, but decide that you need to have revenge against them for petty reasons. Like the necromancy books here, the how-to books are pretty fun, and also horrifying. There's also like other horrifying things that I probably should describe that you might find in, like, I don't know, the deep internet, like Two Girls, One Cup is a book, and Pain Olympics is a
dark web.
and other horrible, evil things that exist, but are in written form.
I'm having a really hard time translating this one. I feel like it says goatsy, but
yeah. If it can be in the horrible corner of the internet, you're going to find it in book form here.
Okay.
And it is, as you go through the book titles and flip through some of the pages and see some of the diagrams, like you feel that sense of dread and uneasiness kind of deepen, kind of ripen. Whoever owns these books, whoever has amassed this collection, is truly a twisted, vile creature, devoid of any moral compass.
So, as much as this is going to haunt my dreams for probably eternity, I don't see anything in here that says how to open that door. So, I don't...
The door to the east, or the door covered in slime?
The slime door.
Oh, yeah. No, there would be no reference to that here.
Yeah. I'm saying that out loud to everyone, so I don't think this is our answer.
Can we try and mage hand the slime door and just see if it'll unlock like the other ones, but it just has slime?
There's
on
no
it?
handle.
No handle at all.
No.
Although it did say, so the understanding that you got was that living material can't pass through it. Is that right, Tina? /DM?
Correct.
Okay.
But there is a physical door behind it as well.
Maybe it is maybe it's an illusion. I mean, we might as well try pushing it open.
One of those books that match the pedestal and putting it on the pedestal and see if it like triggers a lock or something.
Oh. Sure.
I mean, you can definitely see where a humanoid-ish sort of creature could ascend the stairs to the podium. You can see that there's been a lot of weathering of the stairs themselves, as if for countless years, if not even centuries, these stairs have been ascended and descended. You can even see where whatever humanoid stood before the lectern to do whatever vile rituals and horrible things and speak the most forbidden words.
Okay. Is there one of those books that have the cool shiny case that looks like it might be worn more than others, like touched more?
Yeah, there's a few. There's one that's like 150 ways to saute infants while they're still alive. There's one that is like crimes that you can commit that compound upon themselves forever. One that is other horrible, unspeakable things that can be done to gerbils. I mean, this goes on and on. Like, he's got just a depraved collection here. Yeah, you find about 5 or 6 books that kind of match the same cloth that have been tattooed with ink for their titles. Seem relatively sturdy and well loved.
I think we should bring those to the podium and see if there's any kind of like a shape that fits, like if it's a certain size book, or just try each one.
Kind of matches, yeah. Does somebody want to go watch the other door to see if it opens? That's what we're trying to do, right? See if it's like a key.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Who
I'll do
wants?
whichever. You can understand the read the
That's true.
like what it says on the book. So maybe you should be the podium, and I'll stand over by the door.
Okay.
There's going to be another book that is because this is definitely thematic. Famous fascist speeches at podiums and how to do them the same way.
I feel like that one might be a winner.
I'll try that one first. I'm going to give you a count of a minute to get out to the other room.
We want to watch the slime door, right? That's
right.
Yeah, we're looking at the slime door. Where is that again in this room?
It's not in that room. It's 2 rooms down, so it's down
back
here.
through the hallway and through the bedroom.
Where that obelisk was.
It's back this way, if you can see my thing
moving. Can you see my glowing red light?
I'm going to be right there.
Yeah.
Back in that room.
Correct.
Raylan's going to go with Tina and leave Shakal with Urala so that there's like 2 and 2. Just in case.
Just in case.
Sure, I'll move
yeah,
there.
He's gonna come down with Tina.
Hey, John.
Yeah?
John, can you share vision with everyone? Like, can you do party vision? I can't remember if that's a thing that you can do. Okay. It would just.
How would I do that?
We'll figure it out for another time.
Well, I mean, technically, you wouldn't be able to see what they can see anyway.
It's true, but it'd be a lot cooler for the people watching the stream to be able to see what they're seeing. But we'll figure it out for next time. We only have 20 minutes left.
I don't know if that's possible, but that's actually a good point. I'll just have to describe all the horrible things a bit more horribly so people can keep track.
That's right.
So back in the pedestal room. What do you do?
Well, I'm going to take that.
Shakal, now that you walked in there,
one.
you definitely feel the dread and smell the rot.
20 minutes before we end, and I think I've figured everything out.
Yay!
Hey.
God.
Hey, better than never.
Right? I'm going to look at Shakal and be like, hey, do you really want to be in here? Or...
Yes.
Okay. Then I'm going to set the fascist speech one down and see if anything happens.
On the pedestal?
Yeah.
Do you open the book?
Not at first.
It seems to be... Oh, not at first. Okay. You lay the book down, and nothing seems to happen.
Okay. Yeah, I was seeing if there's like a weight thing. Then I'll flip the book open to its center to see if there's like a dispersion of weight that needs to happen.
Well, there's definitely a dispersion of the weight, which is nice. It appears to be a pictorial book. It's got several different frames in there of a certain person with a weird mustache who is screaming, and it shows various different arm positions that have to be performed. There are multiple slamming gestures onto the pedestal, some other gestures out towards a crowd, some maniacal gestures up in the air, grabbing one's hair, more banging of the pedestal. It seems to be a step-by-step depiction of one person among many who you see in other chapters who perform very similar sorts of actions. It seems to be a masterclass in how to deliver speeches with emphasis and fascism.
Okay. If nothing happens, then I'm going to go ahead and try mimicking the motions. Maybe it's like a somatic This is what has to happen, and I'll like slam my fists down and on the pedestal and see if anything happens.
Awesome. Roll me a
Death save.
charisma save.
Bloop.
Hey.
16. Awesome. So as you begin the what appears to be a step-by-step ritual, you beat the pedestal with your fists, while gesturing out at an invisible crowd, and you are racked with pain as your body is hit with necrotic energy, equaling 55 points. In addition, roll me 2d10.
Hold, please. Dicey, dicey, dice. 18.
18.
Wow.
You are now 18 years older. You have aged 18 years.
I feel.
In addition,
I feel
I mean,
terrible.
granted, you're a Githzerai, so I guess age isn't that big of a deal to you guys. Not as much as maybe, I don't know, a goblin.
Right.
As that probably would kill a goblin.
I'm gonna stumble backwards and like look obviously horrified and injured, and that was terrible. And tell Shakal to not touch the podium.
Also, you gain 1 level of exhaustion,
Excellent.
and also something else, and we'll come to that later.
Oh,
I'll go over
Fantastic.
to Arala and see if he needs assistance standing or anything like that. He looks pretty
That
shaken.
was terrible. Let's go see if it opened the door though, and I'll like totter towards the door. I'm not that old, but I feel that old right at the moment.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
18 years of sudden aging, you'll definitely feel that.
Yeah, and the 55 necrotic, you know.
Yeah. So nothing has happened to the door then. We're just standing here.
okay, yeah. Perfect.
Okay.
Nothing has happened.
I'm gonna yell back like the door's not open.
Shakal,
You might not have-
do you mind? Let's just walk out there and let them know it didn't work. I don't want to redo that process ever again. Ever.
You might not have done it right. I mean, maybe you didn't do it right. Maybe
Yeah.
you didn't yell with enough emphasis.
It's true.
Maybe the angle of your arm wasn't, the correct angle. Maybe
I still don't want to do it
you were
again.
missing the mustache.
Not something that I really want to do.
Right? As I walk out, that didn't work, did it?
No, it didn't.
Raylan just kind of gestures to the door that still
Right.
looks exactly the same.
That's bad, but I'm not gonna do that ever again. So and I don't recommend any of you to do it, as I like gesture at my like blackened hands. I probably don't have wrinkles yet, but there's something about that podium, just not good.
Well,
At
maybe
this
we
stage,
just-
everyone but Arala roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh my word.
Oh, great.
Oh no, Braylon. Oh no, Tina.
oh no.
Oh no, 15 is the. Oh, sorry. Is it 15? Like, make sure it's 15. Yes, it is 15. So, 2 of you fail, and you gain 1 level of exhaustion as there is a pulse from the obelisk.
Oh my god.
You have 1 level of exhaustion. So the only one not exhausted right now would be Shakal. Everyone else has 1 level.
Well, I say we get out of this room and go back to the book room and look around some more.
I mean, we could go through that door that's on the other side of the book room. I'll just let you know, I am never touching the thing again. I'm going to leave the book up on there. I don't recommend you touch it.
Okay.
Maybe you should have tried a different fascist. Maybe it was the wrong fascist.
I don't want to have to wear diapers anytime soon, not because I'm too young, but because I'm too old.
Yes. Well, I'm gonna hustle back to the other room
Okay.
because I don't
I'll
want to be
follow.
stuck with an obelisk that decides it wants to wake up.
Right.
Yeah. Raylan is also gonna.
And I'll purposefully stride by the podium to the door and not look at it. Like, I don't see you, podium. We are not friends. I am never talking to you again.
Is there any way to tell exactly? Like Raylan's gonna come up by the books, right? And she wants to see if there's any way to tell what book exactly should maybe go on the podium. Like if
It's difficult to say. Like,
okay,
it doesn't look. The podium itself doesn't look like there's a recess or a outline, or there's no indication as to what book may have rested on this pedestal, or what book may belong on the pedestal, or if all books belong on the pedestal. But there is a book on it at the moment.
yeah. Well, given your honest actions, Raylan doesn't really know if she wants to use that one.
Yeah, we should take that one off and at least put another one on.
I will go ahead and I think I took resistance. Hang on one sec. I did. Whoever's going to do it, I will cast a spell upon you to grant you resistance so you get +4 to your saving throws. However, I am going to... It didn't affect Shakal when I did that, so I will stay in the room, but I am not going to be anywhere near the podium when it happens.
You guys are all looking a bit rough. Anything that needs to be done with the podium or the books, I'll be happy to take care of.
All right, resistance upon you.
Resistance.
Well, and you never know if there's another book behind the door that needs to be brought back in.
It's true.
Sure.
Because wait, we haven't opened this door yet, right?
No.
Why
You have
can't I?
not. No, there is a door to the east. There is a pictorial guide on how to give fascist speeches at podiums. And there's a small collection of other purple-bound books that match the color of the purple cloth that covers the podium. And of course, there is the exit as well. What do you do?
Should open the other door.
Would you like to open the other door?
I'd like to open the other door.
Okay. Boop. You find another door.
The suspenseful music was perfect for that too, except for, there was nothing on the other side.
Then we should open that door.
Do you want me to open it from
I'll do
here,
it.
or do you want... No, I'll go in there with you. And I glance back at the podium uncomfortably. I'll hold my mace ready in case and let you open the door.
I'm doing it.
Oh, it's not letting me move the... Oh, come on, dynamic lighting. All right. Okay, oh no, there's these doors over here that are all, like, screwed up, and the walls over here are all screwed up. Ah, come on. What happened? Why?
Why?
The darkness.
It's the darkness. Yeah, it's all like, screw you, John. We know you, like, spent time drawing this stuff, but we don't care. God, just won't show me, like, it shows me, like, the diagonal stuff, so I can go like that, but it won't let me move them. Like, let's see here. You see, like, all the weirdness going on with all the weirdness?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna step in.
I am going to glance back at Shakal. Are you going to swap those books out? Or has that been waylaid? Are we not doing that?
Do we want to press on through these doors, or do we want to try the books again?
Well, we could do both.
I
We could
think you
swap
should
one
just
out.
press on through the door.
I submit to your greater wisdom.
And I look at the others and I'm just like, hee.
All
He
right.
said submit.
So in this room, you find small cells. They're made of bars that reach from floor to ceiling, and inside the cells are piles of rags. May have been used as beds by the prisoners who are living. There is a wooden bucket. It appears that the rags also double up as a means to clean oneself. The smell in here is rank. All these cells, there are 5 of them, have bodies in them, but only one appears to still be alive. And by alive, I mean kind of mostly dead. He might be saying something about true love. The rest of the cells are packed with dead and bloated corpses.
This place
There
just
you
gets
go.
nicer and nicer.
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
We should rent it out as
I'll
an
go right up to
Airbnb.
the cell that has the alive one.
But let me show you the cell with your man here. He's over here. It's a pretty comfortable cell. I mean, he does share it with other bloated corpses. He appears to be in mostly dead state and leaned up against the wall, barely breathing. Kind of in that moment where the death rattle begins to set in.
Did you say something about true love?
He turns very exhausted eyes to you. He looks like Urala, but slightly different. Kind of like those other guys that you guys murdered, that were trying to also murder Urala. And then that other time, when they came in riding dragons and they tried to murder you guys,
And
seems like
succeeded.
these guys, and then succeeded, great fight. Like this is one of those guys. Kind of looks like Urala. He weakly coughs and reaches out. He looks parched and rail thin, as if he's been starved to death. Well,
man.
near death.
As soon
I'm
as I
gonna-
hear Tina talking to this guy, I'm going to gesture to Raylan and Shakal to hurry through in case, she's getting herself into trouble. And
Okay.
I'll move up.
Raylan's
I'm gonna
gonna
hand him a couple rations from my satchel.
He appears to be too weak to feed himself.
Ah,
Are you going to go in there and feed him? Do you want to enter his cell and nurse him back to life?
I just don't know about that. Just don't know. Gesture to all my friends and say, hey, there's a live one over here, but he needs help. Like, he needs sustenance and some healing. I'm gonna... And he's not really talking. Like, I'm gonna ask, what's your name? I'm gonna ask what's your name.
He kind of croaks out, please.
Ah,
Chokes a little bit. He's
mhm.
got like a minor seizure that goes on. He's on death's door.
Do I feel like Spare the Dying would help watching this? Or is it...
I believe they have to be unconscious for that spell to
Yeah, it's essentially
succeed.
stabilizing them when they're bleeding to death. Or
Correct.
dying
Yeah.
otherwise.
So you just prolong his suffering. Yes.
Oh, well. No. Oh, Chip. Chip bounced out of the channel on us.
What should we do?
Raylan doesn't really have anything that would help.
Yeah. You know what? Why not? I'm gonna go in. And I'm going to give him some of my rations.
Okay. So you're gonna give him some food and some water.
Yep.
I mean, he struggles to get it down. There may be a few purging accidents. Where he isn't able to fully swallow. But he does seem to regain some small, minute spark of focus and will to live. To live. Still, however, he remains on death's door and coughs and sputters in a very weak, nearly dying sense.
Have my
And he
inner
does
grandma.
do what?
Yeah. My inner grandma is going to come out and you poor dear, we are here for freedom. Help us so we can give freedom to others.
Meanwhile, I have told the dead prepared in case he attacks Tina.
He reaches out weakly. If he had liquid left in his body, he might be crying, but it's kind of hard for him to do that because he seems pretty desiccated at this stage. And all he can kind of manage to croak out is thank you. And we will end the session here as you tend to this dying Githyanki. And we'll start off with you guys questioning him. And by questioning, I don't mean in a horrible, evil way. Probably the ways that he's been enduring since he was locked away here. But perhaps getting more information from him via your kindness.
Nice. Well, thanks everybody for joining us today. We'll see you, unless anything falls apart next week, we'll see you next Wednesday, 2:30 p.m. Eastern. Have a good week, everybody. Bye.
Don't be evil.
Don't be evil.